Hello, beautiful soul family. Rebecca here, your vibe mentor. And this continues to be the space for conscious, purpose-driven entrepreneurs who are looking to remove the blocks that hold them back from their purpose so you can manifest abundance through it. It's interesting because there's a new intro that's kind of wanting to come through, and I haven't really fully pulled it together, but for some reason I'm feeling prompted to say it to you. And another way to say what I just said is that this is the space for the hidden seeker who is looking to become a conscious, purpose-driven entrepreneur. So hopefully that's more succinct. I think we'll probably be transitioning to that. But welcome, 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 welcome. This is for you, the hidden seeker, or even for you who is aspiring or already stepping into being a conscious, purpose-driven entrepreneur, because I have three pillars for you, three necessary components that are required to support the stool, if you will. So in my product development world, working for Fortune 500 companies, managing the entire process of a product line from cradle to grave, it was known that in order to support the stool, which is your business, you have to have the pillars or the legs to the stool. And I'm coming to realize that to become a conscious, purpose-driven entrepreneur, also to get out of being the hidden seeker and to shine your light the way you were meant to, the way you were designed to, you have to understand what are the pillars to that stool? What does it mean to be a purpose-driven entrepreneur? And what are the things that are necessary to achieve that? And I think this is one of the reasons why we as seekers become the hidden seeker or the hidden light worker. We're not shining our light. It's because we don't understand all of the different pillars to the stool. And I will just say I'm eternally grateful now as I deliver this message to you because of the understanding that the corporate world has brought to this. So we're going to talk about those three pillars. What are those? What are the three steps or the three things that you have to successfully move from being the hidden seeker to being the conscious, purpose-driven entrepreneur? So of course, as you know, if you follow this channel, we are the hidden seekers. The vast majority of us remain hidden because of, you can call it conditioning and programming from the world. You could also call it complex trauma. If you did not feel safe, seen, heard, cared for, or loved for an extended period of time, you are dealing with a different dynamic in your brain and body that will not allow you to step into your purpose. So what happens when you experience complex trauma or the conditioning and programming of the world is your limbic system becomes overactive. Your amygdala, the emotional part of your brain, literally expands and is bigger, and it overrides your intelligent brain. So you will not be able to identify what's holding you back because it is a subconscious process, right? Our nervous system runs all throughout our body. Our hair is part of our nervous system. It's kind of like antennae out there trying to figure out who am I in this space? Who's around me? Am I safe with them? And if not, who do I need to become in that space? So when we have a hyperactive nervous system, a sensitive nervous system, a hyperactive or overactive limbic system, we are hijacked by our brain every day. No matter how much we know the thing we need to do, this part of the brain will not allow us to do it if it sees that there is unsafety there. So the first pillar, no surprise, healing trauma. Right? You have to be able to understand and work with the brain and body. The second pillar is understanding your life purpose, and finding your life purpose is not feasible. Your brain and body are not going to allow you to navigate or explore life in the way that you need to be able to find your life purpose. And so that's why we're in sequential order here. You have to understand how to heal trauma, how to heal the nervous system, how to desensitize your triggers, how to readjust the brain. You can actually shrink that overactive system. And I don't want to say shrink, but bring things back into order. Some things actually do get smaller, but that's the details we don't need, so that your intelligent brain can start to run the show again like it's meant to. Then from there, you'll be able to step into identifying your purpose, which is a process of alchemy. And then the third pillar is business strategy. So now what I want to do is go through all three of these and explain to you what happens when you have one or two of them and not the third. So I'm going to combine 1 and 2, trauma healing and purpose without business strategy, or purpose and business strategy without trauma healing, or what would be the third, business strategy and trauma healing without purpose, right? So let's kind of dig into what does that look like? Why do we need this? And this will help you identify where you're at in the process, right? So if we have trauma healing and we have identified our purpose, but we don't have business strategy, you will have confidence. You might be able to create videos and even post strong controversial points of view on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. You feel a sense of courage. You're authentic. You're really fully stepped into who you were made to be unapologetically. You are, exposing your understanding of energy and the angelic realm and your relationship to your creator without apologizing or worrying about it or feeling scared of rejection, right? You have a strong sense of self-trust. You trust in your intuition and the messages that you receive so deeply that you share what you received publicly in front of large groups of people. Again, unapologetically, that's that unshakable confidence. You take bold action, right? We take calculated risks, maybe like me, quitting your corporate job with no safety net. You have an intimate connection with God, creator, source, energy, whatever you want to call it. You have absolute certainty that the rent money is going to show up whenever it's due, or the food's going to be on the table every time you're hungry. You have ears that can hear clear guidance. Maybe the guidance is to eliminate toxins, and you willfully just say, yes, let's do this. You move right into that, knowing that your guidance is going to be even stronger, right? You have eyes to see the beauty of who you were designed to be. You see yourself as divinely perfect, perfectly imperfect for your purpose. You are fearless, right? We have unwavering trust in the divine and the process and the promise of guidance and safety and security and support. We feel loved. We have a palpable sense of love and support, and that helps us stay even more connected. Right? We have the peace that passes all understanding. It doesn't make sense to anybody else. Like, how on earth are you feeling peace in this place when it looks so hairy to other people, right? We have that feeling of, this is what I've been searching for. No longer are we seeking. We have found the thing we are seeking, and we know with certainty that this is the path. This is what we're stepping into. Maybe we even have new relationships. We're finally connected. We have healthy connection and relationship, people who love us and who support us in every possible way. And most importantly, we have an excitement or a zest for life, feeling purpose-filled and nourished by our purpose and our knowing that I chose to incarnate here. I wanted to be here. And this is everything that I've been seeking. And I'm so excited to finally be in this place. But the problem with only having 1 and 2, which is trauma healing and purpose identification, with all of those benefits that I just listed, you will still struggle with business. You have the missing piece of business strategy. This is the part where we as spiritual beings have to be grounded. This is the world we live in. This is how the world operates. We have to know what ROI is, and we have to learn how to measure our EBITDA. Of course, not quite at this level, but we have to have business acumen. We have to have a strategy for utilizing our purpose and this unshakable confidence and this nourishing purpose that we know we're made for. If you don't have that business strategy, you will still struggle financially. You will be confused on what strategy to use because we've got this shiny object syndrome with everybody telling you this works, no, do this, no, do that. You'll feel overwhelmed because you won't know what strategy is right for you. It'll be too much information, and we try to piece things together on our own, and we are basically going to run into shutdown again. And we're going to have that traumatized feeling. There's too much information. Our system will be overwhelmed. Maybe we'll be working so hard, but working on the wrong things, and we'll feel like it must be me. Must be something wrong with me. And then that, of course, leads to failure and fatigue and quitting, more trauma and more self-doubt. The very thing that we were working to heal, we just create again, right? So what happens when you have purpose and business strategy, but you don't have trauma healing, right? There's plenty of benefits to everything. So let's go through the benefits, right? You will have clarity of direction. You'll know this is my purpose. You'll feel that feeling like this is what I've been seeking. This is what I was made for. You'll have those glimmers of hope. You'll even have a little bit of evidence because you make some money here and there. You'll get some sales. You may feel valuable and worthy because you're receiving those messages that say, this changed my life. You made such a difference in my life. I have so much hope now, right? It's the understanding of how to make money. So you'll make some money. You'll even have clarity on how to build a successful business, and there'll be a plenty long to-do list of all of the things you need to do. No shortage of things to move down the path of business building, right? But what you'll be missing with trauma healing, if you don't have trauma healing and you try to step into this with life purpose identification and business strategy alone, without the healing of the nervous system and that limbic system in your brain, you will fall into overwhelm very, very quickly. You will feel fatigued and you will shut down and you will want to quit. And the brain, who doesn't want to really look at the real problem, will tell you, oh, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I don't have all the other excuses that really just point to a limiting belief that is held anchored in by the trauma. You will feel imposter syndrome. You will never feel good enough. You will question your worthiness. You'll have a very loud inner critic barking in your ear. Who do you think you are? Why do you think you're the one to do this? Right? And that feeling of shrinking back and playing small, hiding. What about the judgment? What about the rejection? It will seep in. And even if you have business strategy and you know what your purpose is, but you haven't healed your trauma, the limbic system always wins. The nervous system will always shut you down if it believes it's not safe, right? So we'll start to do things for other people to keep them happy and to make sure we don't rock the boat. We'll give too much, like too many free sessions or undercharging, which, overgiving is defined by hurting yourself. So you won't be able to survive financially when you continue to operate your business that way. Or maybe you have that type of personality where you perfect things and over control things. You will perfect them to death so that they never see the light of day. Or maybe you will overwork your employees and they will feel like I can never do anything good enough. And so they'll quit and leave. Maybe you'll always be worried and hypervigilant about when's the next shoe going to drop? What problem do I have to fix or anticipate? And that will lead to crippling stress, and even possibly a lack of sleep or anxiety and depression. So then the third and final combination, if you have trauma healing and business strategy, but you lack purpose, you again will make money. You'll have a successful business. You'll have plenty of things to do on your list to get ahead. You'll have pretty clear direction on what it is you need to do to build the business. You'll have a strong ego that thinks, hey, we got this all figured out, right? We'll have an increase in the ability to do whatever it takes, even at the cost of others. We will be driven by profit, driven by accolades, driven by outward imagery of success. But what will be missing if we don't have purpose? We will lack fulfillment. Money will come in and it will only feel good for a short period of time, maybe just for a moment or a day if you're lucky. Then you'll go back to the hamster wheel of having to chase more. The fragile ego will lead to hidden insecurities. That means anything can trip your trigger. Anything will make you feel like you're not quite enough. You'll hear that trauma voice saying, I told you so. That fear of not being enough will never leave. You'll constantly be running from the voice of your abuser that said, see, you always fail, right? We'll struggle to receive guidance. We will struggle to trust what is received. The monkey, I said the money mind. The monkey mind will never stop torturing you. This is another hallmark, right? The hamster wheel just keeps going and going and going, trying to solve problems it never actually solves, right? We will have very little divine support because we have the belief that we're on our own. I have to carry the weight of the world. I have to keep everyone happy. I don't rock the boat. How everyone feels is up to me. It's up to me to solve all the problems, to find the solution, all on my own. Said another way, we try to do God's job. We will lack nourishment. We will be discontent. We will lack intimate connections with others. We will have little zest for life, and we will experience depression and anxiety, almost a given. So you can see how these three things are pillars to one stool, that you can't have love without the O. I'm not sure why that just came to mind, but to try to do this, to try to be a purpose-driven entrepreneur without business strategy, or a purpose-driven entrepreneur without trauma healing, it doesn't work. It's three pieces of the pie that make the whole. And so I was really excited to kind of work through, what does it look like when you don't have one of these pieces, and to be able to share that with you, because it finally explains for so many who know my purpose but don't have business strategy, or who has business strategy but doesn't have trauma healing. Why am I not successful? Because it's only a piece of the pie. So if you struggle with any of these things and you know this sounds like you're ready for help, please do reach out. I would love to support you. I offer a free 30-minute healing session so you can get a sense of the trauma healing or the trauma spotting method that I used and have developed. It is highly, highly successful. And I am really excited because your purpose is my purpose. And like I said, you are perfectly imperfect for your purpose. Every single person has a purpose. You are not an exception to the rule. And yes, I would say that even if I knew you. So check out that free 30-minute healing session below. I love you, my friends, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Namaste. And like, subscribe, share, please, if there's anyone that you know that could benefit from this. There are way too many hidden seekers out there, and the world needs the light that you are here to shine. So make sure to pass that on to a friend. All right. I love you, my guys. I love you, my guys, I said. I love you, my friends. Namaste.